Commander Jake Morrison sat in the dim lights of the United Earth Defense Command Center, his hands trembling as he watched the holographic screen. The Valkyrie Empire had just done the unthinkable. "Sir, the transmission is being broadcast across every channel in the galaxy," Lieutenant Amy Rodriguez whispered, her voice breaking. On the screen, 10 million humans, colonists from New Terra, farmers, children, teachers, stood in massive arenas across the Valkyrie homeworld. The insectoid aliens had arranged them in perfect rows, their chittering language translated into cold, mechanical English. "Let this be a lesson to all species who refuse to kneel." Jake watched in horror as the energy weapons charged. The galaxy watched. And then, in one coordinated moment, the Valkyrie executed every single human colonist. Live. Broadcast to trillions of beings across thousands of worlds. The command center fell silent except for the sound of grown soldiers weeping. President Michael Davis stood before the emergency session of the United Earth Council, his face carved from stone, his eyes burning with a fury that made even hardened generals step back. "They wanted to send a message," Davis said, his voice low and dangerous. "They wanted the galaxy to see what happens when you defy the Valkyrie Empire. They wanted us to be afraid." He slammed his fist on the podium, and the sound echoed through the chamber like a gunshot. "Instead, they've shown the galaxy what happens when you wake a sleeping giant. They've shown every species out there what humanity becomes when you slaughter our children and broadcast it like entertainment." General Rebecca Thompson stood, her uniform crisp despite not sleeping in 3 days. "Mr. President, the chiefs of staff are unanimous. We're requesting authorization for Protocol Omega." A murmur ran through the council. Protocol Omega had never been used. It was the contingency plan designed for species-level threats, for enemies that had to be completely neutralized. "Authorized," Davis said without hesitation. "Show them what mercy they showed our people. Show them none." Dr. James Parker stood in the weapons research facility deep beneath Colorado, surrounded by technology that most of humanity didn't know existed. The machines hummed with power that could crack planets. "Are you sure about this?" asked Dr. Lisa Morgan, his chief engineer. "Once we deploy these weapons, there's no going back. The Valkyrie will be extinct within 72 hours. James looked at the memorial wall, 10 million names scrolling endlessly, faces of colonists from New Terra. He found his niece's picture, Emily Parker, age 7, gap-toothed smile, holding her pet rabbit. "They made their choice when they put on that broadcast," James said coldly. "They didn't just kill 10 million humans. They killed our compassion for them. The weapon they developed was beautiful in its horror, nanomachines that would be delivered via quantum tunneling missiles, appearing simultaneously in the atmosphere of every Valkyrie world. The machines would target only Valkyrie biology, rewriting their DNA, shutting down their neural pathways. Death would come in hours, not painfully, but absolutely inevitably. Initialize the launch sequences," James ordered. "All 600 Valkyrie worlds simultaneously. No warnings. No mercy." Captain Marcus Johnson piloted his stealth destroyer through the Valkyrie military sector, watching the enemy fleet scramble in confusion as Earth's armada appeared from quantum jump points across their empire. "Sir, they're hailing us," said Communications Officer David Lee. "Ignore them," Marcus said. "They had their chance to talk before they murdered 10 million civilians." The Valkyrie had the largest military in the galaxy, 3,000 capital ships, tens of thousands of support vessels. They'd conquered 40 species, subjugated entire sectors of space. Earth had spent 200 years preparing for a war like this while pretending to be a peaceful species. Now, the mask was off. Human ships phased through Valkyrie shields using technology reverse-engineered from ancient ruins. Railguns fired tungsten rods at relativistic speeds, each impact carrying the force of nuclear weapons. Directed energy weapons carved through Valkyrie hulls like paper. "Target their command carriers," Marcus ordered. "I want their leadership to know they're dying before the end comes." The battle lasted 3 hours. When it was over, the Valkyrie military fleet was debris, and Earth's forces hadn't lost a single ship. Admiral Patricia Collins stood on the bridge of the EDS Retribution, humanity's flagship, as it entered orbit around Valkyra Prime, the Valkyrie homeworld. Below, the nanomachines had already begun their work. "Admiral, we're receiving thousands of transmissions from the surface," said the communications officer. They're begging. "Are they asking for mercy?" Patricia asked quietly. "Yes, ma'am." Patricia pulled up the video of the new Terra massacre on her personal screen. She watched it again, forcing herself to see every moment, every murdered child, every executed innocent. "Did our people receive mercy when they begged?" she asked. "Transmit our response." The message went out to every Valkyrie world, to every alien species watching with horrified fascination. "You broadcast the murder of 10 million humans as a demonstration of power. Consider this a demonstration of consequence. You wanted the galaxy to see what happens when species defy you. Now the galaxy will see what happens when a species makes an enemy of humanity." 71 hours after the nanomachine deployment, Dr. James Parker received the final reports. Every Valkyrie world was silent. Population, 0. The species that had terrorized the galaxy for 300 years was extinct. The galactic community watched in stunned silence as humanity methodically dismantled every Valkyrie installation, freed every enslaved species, and claimed every Valkyrie world for themselves. President Davis addressed the galaxy one final time. "Let this be the lesson that the Valkyrie failed to teach. Humanity is not cruel. We are not merciless. We are not conquerors. But if you slaughter our people, if you broadcast their deaths as entertainment, if you mistake our patience for weakness, we will become the thing you feared we always were." Commander Jake Morrison, who had watched the original broadcast, now stood on New Terra, where they were building a memorial. 10 million names would be carved in stone, and above them, a single phrase in every language of Earth. Never again. The galaxy had learned the lesson. Humans could be negotiated with, traded with, befriended. But humanity's children were sacred, and those who forgot that lesson did not get a second chance to learn it.